Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever, triangles and ladies and gentlemen of New Eden. I'm your host, Sabbat. This is the Triglavian Times, otherwise known as the Clusterfuck. I have my co-host Kylon with me here today.
Triangulo.
Reese might be joining us later. He's out and about. He expressed his condolences that he is running behind. And we might have a guest appearance from Drake and whoever the hell else. I mean, I don't know how many times we've been in the middle of a show and someone's just popped their head in all of a sudden. So we'll see how it goes. Well, if you guys can't tell by the title of this episode, OBS timers were rolled back to what they used to be.
Mild shock.
Yes, mild shock. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to come eventually. I just had that sneaking suspicion ever since they did the big smackdown on it. I figured, well, they're probably gonna bring it back because people are gonna bitch and moan about losing their faucet. I mean, what? Because it went from 90 minutes, and they cut it down to like 30 minutes for respawns.
Yeah, it was 35, and now it's 0 again.
Yeah. So I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming mainly from the point of people were pissed about their faucet being lost. That and wealth was getting basically hoarded by like people who could multi-box.
Yeah, true. Destruction, activity in general, way down as soon as they did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, some corporations basically alliances like pretty much disappeared. I mean, lost huge swaths of members, just completely disappeared from the triangle if they didn't lose members. I mean, it affected things far and wide, to say the least. I mean, you could tell that it was coming. It's just looking at some of the, MERs, and this is CCP's year 20 of EVE Online, so they probably want some nice, pretty numbers of destruction. Besides, the Forge, because that's always a common place of destruction.
The Forge, isn't that like mostly high sec?
Yep. Yeah,
is that all from ganking, like on the Undaka G?
Yeah, a lot of it's jitta ganking and shit. That's why it's kind of hard to top, because people still are stupid and freighter expensive as shit in. So yeah, I don't. Let's talk about how this affects the region before I mean, I know I'm gonna get salty about it, mainly because we've talked about where money should have gone in the first place for rewards, but effects of the region. I noticed it right away. I didn't get to play on Tuesday. I saw the announcement and everything. I had all intents and purposes of logging on Tuesday evening and playing. But I kind of hit the fuck it button and and said no, because I think I got home at like 6 o'clock in the evening and was like, I'm making dinner and just like vegging out. I don't want to play games right now. But Wednesday I logged in and I noticed the huge uptick in people around the triangle. Granted, some of it was BS. We'll talk about my kills later, but there was a lot of shit out Wednesday night already. I was kind of like, oh, cool, everyone just left their shit behind in Pakvin.
Yeah, the null blocks are doing pretty much what they said they would do.
Crad swarm it.
Something like there's like a 60-man slip near fleet from Horde.
Oh god.
And goons have been sending out other things. I'm pretty sure I've seen the several Paladin, a couple of Barges fleets.
Yeah, Marauders are back.
Essentially, we're back. We are. It does feel like we're back to the way it was, 3 months ago or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah, it kind
you
of bumps me
you
out.
can't gate freely anymore. There's a lot of big gate camps again.
Mhm.
Both now, of course, now the difference now is that Dorad is its own entity.
Yes.
Broke off from Horde. They're no longer part of Horde, so they're really sticking it to Horde and Frat.
Which is good.
The multi-boxer coalition. We'll call it. We need to think of a name. What is it? BSGR and Dorad, Bastion Green.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Bastion Green around a little bit, but that was right before. That was literally like a couple days before the drop of the OBS rollback. I saw Bastion Green rolling around a little bit. And then I saw him earlier that day before I died and got my Jita Express. I saw Bastion Green around and was like, "Oh shit, there's the full
We
fleet."
helped. I mean, we both killed those entities and helped them kill Ford and Frat.
Yeah.
So, Poshvin as usual.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend for the moment. For the 15 minutes of fighting, and then we're literally murdering each other. Like we'll peacefully leave system, and then if we run into each other again, we'll kill each other. It's Pachman as usual, but yeah, it kind of the situation kind of sucks because it was fun to be able to travel around and do things a little bit more freely, and now it's just full enforcement of gate camps, like to the max again. And it's kind of annoying for someone who likes to solo fly through. So, yeah. No, I imagine. I mean, I saw I saw Dora's EOS fleet, and I like instant was like, "Yep, that's Dora." And then I saw Bastion Green. I want to say they had. I think it was it wasn't a Shack fleet, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I saw Bastion Green out in their fleet, and instantly was like, butthole pucker, get the fuck out of the system. I'm like, I just don't want to be near a gate, and I don't want to wait forever to get the hell out of the system to keep on my travels. Which means if they're going the same direction as me, there's gonna be a bubbler hanging around, and they're gonna bubble the second I jump, and then I'm dead. So a lot of times, well, for me personally, I just see those fleets, and I'm just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, because if they have a bubbler in their fleet, I'm screwed. Doesn't matter how small my ship is.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, they don't go after small gangs that much.
No.
The multi boxers don't. But
No.
um,
The multi-boxers are more likely to be like, hey, did you see anything up ahead?
yeah, but I was gonna say you definitely need a scout.
Yeah.
Whereas last week I could blind gate a battleship probably all the way around the triangle.
Yes. You could easily blind gate around the triangle. The only ones that you wouldn't blind gate would be the big jumps that you can't descan the gate. Those are the only ones that you don't. I mean, you should never blind gate, but because those ones still had some token fleet set up on it with drag bubbles and shit and stop bubbles, but every other system would be deader than a doornail. So at least on the gates, not necessarily out in the
I have to be honest, I've had a lot of fun. These, the big horde fleets, they're bad about leaving both horde and frat. They leave stragglers behind, which we've feasted upon for the past couple days.
I love that like everyone knows they're notorious for having stragglers. Like all the freaking time is there a straggler. It's so much fun like catching that straggler and being like, well, you're fucked. Like your entire fleet just is already onto the next system and you're stuck in this one with us.
Yep.
That is fun. I will give you that one. Yeah, I don't. It's interesting seeing Pachman hopping this much again. I mean, what we have like 7-ish days left of the month. I have a feeling our MER is gonna jump up a good clip. There's gonna be a decent amount of destruction.
Svara Gleberai has been kicked or knocked out of the first place in potion, and Dora's School for Kids Who Can't Push Good is now in first place with 284 kills.
Oh damn!
And we're in the number 2 slot at 182.
Yeah, those are some rookie numbers.
You guys are listening. You need to go out there and kill some shit now.
Okay, those are some rookie numbers. You got to pump them up, Kylon. You gotta rabble rouse the troops.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm happy. I'm mixed on this. Before I get super salty and pissed about this, I like it because there's activity. And because there's activity, dumb fucking people are coming into Pockvin, and they are dying. And I like some of the salty behavior when I kill them. Well, I'll get into it when we're wrapping up. But like, I've gotten some funny messages from people, and I'm just like, dude, this is fucking Pockvin, man. If you are not blue, or I don't personally know you, I'm going to kill you.
It's a problem with faction warfare people. I do not respect faction warfare standings in Poshman.
Yeah.
Had a people bitch about that a little bit so far, but you can adjust your overview.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
or just with direct enlistment, I just retire for a day.
Yeah.
Or for however long I need.
I mean, Kylon, you know how it goes. You're my co-host, and I still gun for you sometimes for the shits and giggles. But like, that's just because I know you'll take the fight and you'll have fun with it. You're not gonna be like calling all battle station like 5 pesky trigs are attacking me. You literally delete the fleet with your fleet that's on grid. We get a couple kills, you get a couple kills, everyone's happy.
Well, I'll drop a Varger on you, but I mean,
it's hard
to make it a little bit fair.
It's harder to drop a Varger on me these days. I don't fly that much big shit anymore.
Oh yeah.
I like my small shit again. I call them those cycles where I like my big toys, and then I'm just like, I rather whelp 100 small things than whelp one big thing. But yeah, no, like I still think it's funny that to this day people come into Pockvin, and with this resurgence of everyone's going into Pock, so like alts of people from the blocks and all this stuff, like they're trickling back into Pockvin, and I killed a couple of them, and it was just funny getting some salty ass messages, and I'm like, dude, you are literally neutral to me. I don't recognize your name. You're not blue. I'm going to kill you. Like, when I see Kylon in space, or when I see, like, people from different blocks that I've spent time chatting with, either on their shows or just chatting with them in general, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just leave them alone. Like, sometimes they actually have me bubbled.
Well, I mean, it's the same old agreement. If there's null blocks available to shoot, we shoot them first.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got lots of null blocks out to shoot right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's intraclade aggression is at an all-time low. In fact, we've been teaming up with the Bellis Clade guys lately.
Oh, nice.
AKA Streebog.
Strabog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I like it because it's a boom for, us that live here. We kind of all go, okay, close ranks. Outsiders are here again. Time to go. Time to put some baby powder on my hand and pimp slap some null blocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I will give it that. There is fights to be had. There is fun to be had. It's just the typical null block, over the top, way too much bullshit, in my opinion. Like, hey, we gotta gate camp the fuck out of this shit. We can't let people through. It's like, no, dude. Do you want content, or do you just want to stranglehold systems and no one ever travels through them? Like,
yeah, that's the argument we've always made. It's like, OBS are cool and all, but they strangle small gangs.
Yeah.
small gang activity in Pochman. Like, shit. Yesterday we went our lap around the triangle. We made a lot of kills, really a lot of good small gang kills, and then we flew straight into a EOS wood chipper.
Yeah.
On our, 2 jumps from home, we flew into the damn wood chipper and we all died.
Yep. Yeah. Like that's the thing is like you literally are like denying fun.
But we should have scout. That was on us. We knowingly flew into the wood chipper.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, that I agree with that. That's one of those shit situations. But knowingly flying into the wood chipper, knowing you should have had a scout. But on the flip side, it's just that knowing that
we were just hoping we might make it through, but we did not.
Yeah. No, it's just that knowingly knowing you are literally hampering content just to pad your kill board. Like, straight up, if you have like a 5-man small gang fleet flying through and you feel that compulsed to murder it with your like 30-man fleet that's gate camping the fuck out of some system, dude, you have tiny PP issues. Like, I don't even like doing that shit. Like, gate camping is fun, but only when it's like, oh, someone's flying a battleship into this like 10-man cruiser gate camp. Like, yeah, I'll take that on. Like, because that battleship can technically take out multiple cruisers before it goes down, or multiple destroyers, depending on the size of the, what size ship I'm small ganging with. But like, legit knowing you're just there to wood chip people with your big ass fleet on a gate is kind of skeevy. I don't know. It's that space honor that I don't know. I know most people don't have space honor, but I have a degree of space honor that I abide by.
Well, and it's important to understand that some of the gate camps are to stop null block activity.
Yes.
We're just a secondary casualty.
Yeah. I don't mind like the null block on null block murder fest, because sometimes you'll catch those ones that manage to get off, and then you can catch them and kill them yourself. But yeah, we're secondary casualties, but I don't know, go fight your fucking null block war out in null sec. Fight over obs, not gates. So that way Pochman residents can go and can come in third party and mess up everyone's day.
Yeah. I don't know if there's been any big battles on an ops yet. Let's see.
Not that I've seen, but I haven't looked too much. It's been a weekend. That and, new video game came out on Friday. And I was very excited to play since my childhood. So, kind of stepped back from Eve for a moment, paying attention to that stuff to feel like a 10-year-old kid again.
There you
go. All right, I'm gonna get a little salty here. No, not Dead Island. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp came out Friday. So I had to buy a Nintendo Switch game like the second I woke up. And literally started playing it for the next like 4 hours straight and was like, wait, what? All right, time to get a little salty about thanks Blind. Yeah, I'll get salty now. Yeah, trust me, it's good. It's a good remake. They did a good job redoing the graphics on it. Sorry for speaking about another game on an Eve podcast, but it was so much fun playing that fucking game again. I've been waiting for that game to come out since they canceled it it was like beginning of March. Nintendo delayed it because of the invasion of Ukraine, and they just came out with it. So, all right, salty business. Fuck the goddamn nullsec crabs needing their goddamn ISK. I mean, we kind of are hinting at this a little bit with the beginning of this without getting too salty, but Jesus fucking... Oh... Like, I if I could be a fly on the wall at the CSM meetings to listen to probably the whining from different nullsects about them losing their is faucet of Pakvin, I would love to listen to the QQ Fest, because big ass null blocks with their thousands and thousands of members can I realistically run OBS 24/7 besides downtime and literally fund their entire alliance. And I know that they went to CCP kicking and screaming that they can't do it anymore, and that multi-boxers are taking it over, and that these few people that multi-box, who are paying for probably somewhere over 20, well, at least over 25 accounts by themselves, are hoarding all this wealth. Yes, they're probably funding their multi-box empire by doing OBS, but they can realistically do it because they had a stranglehold because of the timers. And I know that they went to CCP. I just had that feeling that they went to CCP kicking and screaming, saying, it's not fair. These individuals who are multi-boxers are literally becoming multi-billionaires by themselves. Because
Hell,
the timer
they attacked the Triple T. They didn't just take their income source; they attacked an existing one.
Yeah. So I know, I just had that feeling that if I could be a fly on the wall, I know that there was certain groups that were probably kicking and screaming during a CSM meeting that they told their representative, who was a part of their alliance, that this is a problem and we need to get this fixed because we need that money coming in. I have a feeling they threw a little bitch fit like a 2-year-old that they didn't get their toy. And that kind of annoys me. Because you could have kept the timer at 35 minutes. You could have nerfed the amount of ISK, and you could have actually brought new content to Pakvin.
Drone aggro. I have a different. I'm okay with OBS being at 0 minutes respawn,
Yes.
But as long as that is only the first part response in a series of push and upgrades and improvements.
Yeah, there's a
That's
long.
not the only thing they do, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a long change of things. I mean, even if you just like steal some of the ISK that could be made off of an OBS and funnel it into like more combat sites, more data, like give us actual real data sites, like give us like give us missions. Like I guarantee like mission runners would love to get trig rep and run missions and get good coin.
Make the other combat sites pay out more, like a stage 3 drone wormhole, stage 3 drifter wormhole. Those are so difficult.
Yeah.
And yet they only pay 50 million for 6 people. So I mean,
yeah, and that's 50 million spread out over 6 people.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Each of 6 gets 50 million.
Oh yep. Nope, yeah, you're right. It's been ages since I've done those. My standings have been good, so I don't really run them that often. Only when like there's a massive need for some people to get standings will I run them. But yeah, there's certain things that could be done. There's a lot of things that Pakvin as a region, for stability's sake, is missing.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you as a small or solo player are gonna be flying into wood chippers every day, make it so that that's not so painful.
Yeah.
Make it so that I make that money back by flying one incipient drone swarm.
Yep.
Give me 50 mil. Let me get my new Hikati back.
Mm-hmm. Or make some like, hey, Destroyer is the largest size ship, 5-man only little sites. Like make something new and different than just rolling back OBS timers and kind of herf-burfing and calling it a day and thinking that's going to solve the problem. Like, it was a problem, and you guys brought it up that it was a problem, and you guys nerfed the timers to 90 minutes for a reason. But there's still there's so much they could fix and so much they could add, and some of it's easy adds. Like, I mean, how hard would it be to just slightly modify, like, the drone sites?
Drone aggro.
Well, drone aggro, but drone site, like the
Yeah.
drone combat sites from known space. How hard would it be to modify them just slightly for Pokemon, and have those be like, oh, hey, look, someone could go run this, on their own in a cruiser. They might die, but they might also make some good coin if they live and salvage the site. Like, there's so many little tiny things that CCP could do to make Pokemon even richer of an environment, and by doing so, would actually bump that ISK sync of death and doom tenfold in Pokemon. Like, literally just adding some little more things to Pokemon could increase the amount of destruction like tenfold. Like, I would love to hunt data and relic hunters. Data and relic site hunters all day long. I could do that all day long. I could literally hunt them all day long. But we don't really have. I mean, yes, we kind of have them for the crab beacons, but like they're not that common. Like, I just feel like there's a huge, glaring, missing, gaping hole that CCP could easily be like, here's some things, and then watch kill counts go through the roof. Because everyone would be scrambling to learn how to do it, scrambling to learn the best way to do it, because, EVE players min-maxing.
Well, we do have the third part of the Shipcaster event coming up.
Yeah.
That's going to require an ore that's going to be found only in Potion, from what I understand.
Yeah. So that will drive up content a little bit. But, I mean, when the event ends, it's not going to be there anymore. So it most likely won't take part anymore unless you constantly need to keep getting that ore to maintain your shipcaster. Like, that's the thing, is like adding fun little tidbits here and there and sprinkling some crumbs and on top and saying, look, it's a pretty cake, and you're just like, dude, it's just bread pudding. It's putting glitter on a turd and calling it, a piece of art. There's just so many glaring gaping holes that need to be adjusted. Like, I don't care if you bring that back in full force, like the OBS, but there does need to be something else done than just, hey, we'll bring back your ISK faucet, so that way there's trillions of ISK being made and billions, big B billions of ISK being lost every month out of Pokemon. I get it. It looks great. It makes the MER look amazing when Pokemon's in the top 5. Because just the amount of death is amazing. But it's missing so many parts that can make the system, like, make the entire region have more death, actually. Like, literally could potentially easily top the Forge if they added some small things in for, gated by ship class kind of situation things where, like, yes, I know that's not big money kills, but it adds up very quick. I mean, Kylon, I know you have a different view on me than this, but that's just my view in particular. Is there's a way to ramp up the destruction in Pokemon, and this is a way to do it because of how quiet Pokemon was for ever, but for the past like 4 months. But
I hope it's the first of many changes.
yeah, that's my hope too. I hope when I'm at FanFest and I'm sitting in the crowd and they're talking about like huge shakeups in Eve, and someone comes on, like CCP Sledgehammer comes on stage and says, I'm done with NPE. I'm going to go back to focusing on Triglavian content. I will probably look down and go, No one look at my lap, please. I have a chubby. Like, or I mean, sprinkle some goodies in. I mean, I know some of the Pochman stuff was used as a good base for other parts of the game, but shit, like, please give Pochman something good. I don't want to become the redheaded stepchild. I don't need Wormholes 2.0.
I thought maybe they would give us more turners. I really thought that they were going to make 3 systems that were like Turner.
That would be interesting. I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll kind of do seasons as faction warfare. We don't know how everything's to roll out when Shipcaster's done. If they're gonna kind of roll it as like a year-long season and make a couple more turners, but I don't know. I just have so many worries. Redheaded, but not stepchild. Yeah, I don't want to be the redheaded stepchild, but I just feel like CCP is ignoring their, because CCP always preaches they want it to be kind of even the amount of ISK being made to the amount being destroyed.
Well, I think it was also messing up the price of Plex.
Yeah. But if you want...
It went a bit. It went down a little bit, didn't it?
It did.
So they decided to reopen the falls.
Yeah, I just think they're missing out on some certain things that, I mean, all right. I just still feel like the 0 time or the instant repop of an OBS is not good. I almost want to say it should be like, realistically in my brain, what would make sense would be like 15 minutes. Because then if all 3 get taken down at the same time by different groups, they're roaming the triangle looking, and then they're getting into fights. And it's not that instantaneous, oh, I know I just did this one, so there's another OBS popping someplace.
I hear you.
Like, there should be some subtle delay. It shouldn't be instantaneous. It becomes the trappings of, well, what I brought up earlier. Like, it becomes the trappings of corporations and even null blocks that come in to run the content literally are only there to play, to do OBS online. They're not there to play EVE. They're there just to make ISK. And then they log off. Or they do OBS for 4 hours straight, and then they log off. And they don't do anything else. They might lose a ship or 2 here or there, but that's all they do, is they just grind ISK all day long. And it doesn't become EVE anymore. It literally is just, let me make money. And that's the one thing I don't like to see.
Well, I mean, crabbing has never been interesting. I think as far as crabbing goes, this is one of the most interesting ways to do it.
I will give it that. In terms of crabbing, it is the more fun way. It is interesting content, especially when you get fights and stuff. But it's still, you boil it down, it's still crabbing for billions of ISK every hour. If you get lucky and can hit a lot. I mean, if you got it, I mean, I remember when we'd have 15-man fleets, and I think it'd take us about 8 minutes max to clear the site. So you're talking like 300 million ISK every 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that stacks up really quick.
I would all the time be flying 3 tunes, so I'll get like 900 mil every time.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one thing I never did. I started training some of my alts into doing it so I could have 6 dudes running in a fleet if I wanted to, but I felt happy enough making, 2 billion 2.5 billion ISK every weekend just mining. But I'm weird. I'm a weird person, so I'll take it. But yeah, you can make a lot of coin really quick, and it.
I like variety. As long as there's some variety.
I mean,
Makes the crabbing a little. I mean, I guess, like I said, crabbing's never been very interesting in this game.
no, no,
So if you mix it up, mining here, a little ratting there, some salvaging there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I had fun. The first time I've mined in Pakvin in over a year, I only mined one mining hold full, but I was still like, dude, it's kind of funny seeing like miners actually out in Pakvin mining. Like, there's little things here and there. Like, I mean, I'm still on my small gang, like solo nano gang, just teaming up with a buddy or two and having fun fucking around. But yeah, I still go back to my little sort of crabways. It's RNG luck crabways, mainly because what I from like since Pokemon was created until basically the beginning of 2022. I mean, I haven't done an OB since the beginning of 2022. It's been over a year. Like, I just look at OBS content and I'm just like, dude, it's the same monotonous, boring thing over and over again. I mean, I get it. It's ISK. You need to be able to run things, or if you need them for SRP programs, I understand. But to me, it's just like, oh, just beat my head against the wall. And that's coming from someone that likes mining.
And unlike most crabbing, this one always requires a group of people or a mega multi-box.
Yes. I mean, I get that. It's fun. I will grant the, hanging out with like 10 to 15 dudes in comms, running OBS.
So yeah, then you wind up like running them when you don't want to, so other people can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just becomes a big grind fest that you're either doing it for denial of content for others, or you're doing it basically as a job. And I've played Eve enough as a job that I don't like doing it anymore. That's part of the reason why I shut down my Moon Empire, was it became a job to make ISK every weekend.
Yep.
So yes, my view is skewed. But I mean, I'm playing a game to have fun. That's why, like, if Kylon were to like PM me out of the blue when he sees me online playing Eve and goes, "Hey, dude, we have this wormhole out of Tunadin going into fuck who cares null space to rob some banks," I'd probably be like, "I could rob some banks."
It's always a good day to rob a bank.
No, if Kylon were to PM me and go, "Hey, we're gonna do OBS," I'd probably go, "I'm gonna go play another game." I'm weird like that. I know 300 mil ish right into my wallet would be great, but years of doing like a full year of running OBS all the time. No, I'm good. That's like knowing you're going to get herpes and still accepting the fact that you're going to get herpes.
Honestly, the bank keys kind of took over for me in the place of OBS as like my primary income source.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, well, I mean, it's the fun of Pokemon is getting around all space, and that's the other thing that's kind of the bummer of the zero timer coming back.
But yeah, definitely, Potion definitely makes that work for me.
Yeah.
Like as far as like reaching the banks I need to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm saying is like it throws that wrench into things a little bit for us who liked using Pokemon as our super highway. Like the quiet 4 months we had where if I knew I needed to go someplace, I could be like, oh, if I jump 7 jumps, I'm in this Amar system. I can yeet out. I don't even have to look for the wormhole. I can just yeet my ass out, go do whatever I need to do in Amar space really quick, and then just take a filament back into whatever space I decide to, because 90% of the time I'm in a probing ship anyways, a cloaky probing ship, and I'll either find my way back out to get to Jeddah, or I'll just go home and dock up for the night and deal with it the next day, and either filly out or have an extraction filament with me and be like, oh, I'm in this Caldari system that will put me like within 15 jumps of Jeddah. Yeah, fuck it, I'll take the chance. Like the gate camp situation kind of ruins the super highway a little bit. Anything else you want to say, Kylon, about this rollback with mild shock that at least I knew was coming?
In summary, I've had a really fun time since they did it.
Yes.
So I can't knock it too hard.
I can't knock it too hard either. I mean, I'm knocking it at a different standpoint, knowing that's just to make things harder in the future. But I mean, for me, I mean, I'll kind of get into it. I went hunting on Wednesday night with my douche. Well, all right. I went out with my pacifier, and then I did the loop, and I came back, and I was like, you know what? A couple things snuck away from me before I could web them. I mean, scram them, scram web them. So I'm gonna get my douchey bomber so I can web scram. It's literally like half the DPS, but I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna go after tiny little things anyways. And I went out in that and caught a couple people. Um, well, caught a person, and then promptly right after that ended up in a gate camp. But it was fun seeing a resurgence of people being like, well, oh, it's safe for me here because, you know, my alliance is in here, so I'll get backup, not realizing the locals are like Africanized bees. They see something that's not supposed to be there and they want to kill it. So I ended up taking out, yes, I know, lots of is killed, 2 ventures, but and got some salty ass private messages from people.
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Yeah. My favorite was one of them was like, dude, I was literally in a fleet with you, like with your alliance the other day, and I'm like, cool story, bro. You are not blue, so I don't care if you were in my fleet yesterday. You're not blue, so I'm killing you. So it's fun seeing that slight resurgence back of dum dums just coming into the area because they've heard rumors. So for the hunters, it's there. For the hunters, it's also watch out for gate camps.
And Dictor squads.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. How I died. I think there was 3 dictors on grid.
But alternatively, we get to go shoot those Dictors now. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I died. I think it was like 3 PH dictors on the gate. And I didn't have an MWD on my ship, so I was basically screwed the second I saw that they had an interceptor, and I was like, even if I cloak up, he will be to where I was before I can get far enough away that he won't decloak me, so I'm boned. I literally was just like, screw it, I'm gonna die. It's what I get from doing a double web, double scram ship. My cloak don't matter. Let's see.
We did get a
What?
we got a Kronos kill.
Ooh. Oh shit. You already are
A
killing.
brave Kronos.
You're already killing Marauders. Is it in POC?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. That's the thing is Pacman's gonna go back to Marauders Online.
Oh, so far not yet.
It will
I mean,
get there again.
the paladins are, they never left. But
Yeah, no. Everyone's pally is just they docked them up, waiting for the day that shit was gonna get rolled back. Let's see this. Let's see this pally. Let's see this Chronos kill. Ooh, there's 1.4 bill. Couple Vargs.
we actually undocked 5. But those 3 killed it so fast. The other guys didn't have a chance to get up with it.
That's the way you do it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, it's better than. I mean, granted, I did get to kill a 5 million is venture, but I think that 1.4 bill, dwarfs it. Yeah, that's good, dude. I'm all about watching Vargers die, as I have been slowly reconsolidating everything. I think I spent.
I mean, well, Cronoses are. We brought so many Cronoses can be really scary.
Mm-hmm.
Even to a Varger.
Oh yeah, if they're a blaster, if they're a good blaster Chronos and you're in their optimal, they will chew your ass up so well. It's actually ironically, no, I don't have a golem either. I've been meaning to build a Chronos, but my problem is I run into I need to make this impregnable. I need to make it a murder boat. And then all of a sudden my Marauders cost more than they should.
Hey, on a Marauder, it's usually worth it to bling it out. Usually worth it.
Yeah. Now someone was talking about blinging shit out, and one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna bling out a Marshal," and I laughed and I went, "Dude, do not bling out a Marshal. They're good at everything but Alpha Strike, and if you want to delete shit off the grid, just make a Panther. And if I make my Panther, I am going broke." Because it's gonna be a Drake Idun Panther.
Or I'll take just a regular Panther.
Yeah. No, there's a couple ships I need to buy and actually kit out. I mean, I've got the ISK reserves to do it. I kind of need to make something fun to fly again. My Marshal is just that, like, if I ever get broke, I'll sell it kind of ship at this point.
I've never done the Artie Panther thing. It's time to give it a try.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've never flown a Panther. I have a Sid and a Marshal, but I don't have a Panther, and I kind of want to try an Artie Panther.
Killed a lot of stuff in the Panther, but only an autocannon Panther.
Yeah. Kind of want to Artie Panther it up. Because I think it'd be fun. We just need to, get Drake on the show again and make a coalition of Artie Panthers. Literally all get into comms together and be like, all right, you take this one, you take this one, you take this one, you take this ship, you take this ship. Everyone uncloak on 3, 2, 1, target lock, shoot.
It's like
just wipe out fleets off the grid. That'd be fun. That'd be a blast. No, there's I've heard good things about golems. I just don't like relying on torps and cruise missiles. Because I know that does some nice chunks of damage. I know it's great for hitting structures and shit and bigger ships, but I like to hit smaller things too. It's kind of why I like my Arty Varg so much. I mean, my autocannon Varg so much.
Oh yeah. Or put a target painter. That's why you need target painters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shooting the like cruiser size shit with a Varg. Oh, it's so much fun. One shot, two shot, gone. All right, we're last 10 minutes. Any crackpot ideas, Kylon, that you would love to see CCP do to Pochvan to spread the wealth out a little bit more? Off the wall shit.
Well, I always thought an event where one of the old gates reopens would be interesting.
That'd be interesting. That'd be very
Like we had
interesting.
to fight to either reclose it or
Spread.
yeah, more of them open. I don't know.
That would be interesting. I mean, the unfortunate thing is what the 17 systems that go to Caldari space, which would just make the superhighway a lot more smoother. Because then you'd have people racing through if they were to do it kind of like how the wormholes are, Trigs on one side, Encom on the other. Dual standings bros could race through.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, would be interesting, to say the least, but I feel like I'd have a bigger headache than necessary.
You got the game starts routing people through potion gates.
Yeah, right.
If you had more than one open.
Mm-hmm. I think my crackpot idea would be each cry has its own reserve bank randomly tossed into the 9 systems that make it up.
Oh, you mean give potion an ESS?
Yeah. Make it move like every downtime it pops to a different system. So if it's not claimed within 24 hours, it's to a different system.
Mm.
So you can't have that planning process either. Of going like, hey, if it hits this amount, like just, steal a little bit of money from all the obs that are going to be going on now. That thing will hit 1 trillion ISK before days closed. Or every time it is stolen from, it automatically pops to another system. Even if it's not the reserve, but the main bank. It just, like, the second you steal from it, it just moves. Even if it's 1 tick from the reserve, if you're not staying there the second you leave, it shuts down, disappears, pops up in another system. I think that'd be an interesting twist. That would cause combat on a massive scale. And Svarog Liberati would become the premier bank heisting corp in all of Eve.
So, like, where do we get the keys for these potion reserve banks?
They would have to be new data sites and be limited by the cry. And you'd have to make them like highly contested. You have to be like a multi-room, highly contestable one. And to make it fair, the banks could appear in home systems, but the keys could appear anywhere in the cry.
Like,
You like it, good. I figure that bank heisting side of you would be happy because you know that reserve bank would get obscenely high super fast. Because even 5% of a cry's absolute going into that would make within 24 hours would make that reserve bank in the very, very possibly into the hundreds of billions.
It'd be a lot.
Oh, dude, it'd be so much money. And you know that the fights over those, especially if even better, do it by cry. But when someone is going into the bank, it does the entire triangle as a ping.
Oh yeah. That's how
'Cause-
normal reserve banks work. Because they ping the region.
Ping the whole region, and no, even when someone's just going to steal the main bank, ping the whole region because you know everyone and their mom would come out to go murder.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that would be so much fun. All right, that's enough crackpot ideas. Just like our, we want mining ships and we want Triglavian hauling ships. I think both of us, though, think that
Triglavian drones.
Those would be dirty. Could you imagine Tech 2 Triglavian drones? Ooh, Triglavian sniper drones? Triglavian armor repair drones.
Sentry drones.
Yeah. So I always call them sniper drones.
little miniature wear posts is what they'd be.
They would be. And that would be fucking awesome. Dude, Triglavian armor rep drones. You couldn't make them. You couldn't make them like normal armor rep drones. Like they'd have to be like scaled up in M3 used to kind of limit how many you could have in space. But like that ramping armor repping would be fucking glorious. I'd be all about that. All right. Any I think we can start getting this wrapped up, Kylon. Anything anything else you want to say about our mild shock opinion?
Nah, I think we've covered it.
Yeah, I think we covered it too. All right, next weekend we'll have a show. The following weekend I will have to determine it. I have a wedding to go to. I will probably know by next weekend's show if I will be able to make showtime for the beginning of May show. So we'll see. I'm hoping I can make it back. But I know next weekend is a guaranteed one. The following weekend is just kind of sketchy. With a second cousin of mine's wedding I gotta go to. So, all right. Until next time.
Triangular.
Keep it triangular and murder non-locals. All right, later, guys.
Take it easy.